Hi, everyone, and welcome to Principles of Macroeconomics. I want to introduce myself and talk to you a little bit about what this class is about, how you can navigate through D12, and also go over some of the important policies, deadlines with you guys. And I try my best to keep this video short. Please, before I forget, read the syllabus. You always learn more by reading the syllabus because I'm kind of going over the syllabus here with you for you. Um, but all the details will be on the syllabus. Okay. My name is Dr. Bayanpur Tarani. I'm the instructor of this course. I'm a full-time faculty at Lone Star College Sci-Fair. I teach both microeconomics and macroeconomics, and I teach both in person and online. And this is actually my 12th year of teaching here at Lone Star College Sci-Fair. I'm very excited to have you here. I'm looking forward to work with every single one of you. So when you log into your D12, you should be able to see my welcome note here that I created actually a few days ago. And I will definitely update this announcement because the link for the video is missing, and this is the video that I'm recording right now. But I tried actually to put important kind of information, at least for you to get us started here in my announcement. Expect, of course, an email from me every week. I will also post important deadlines and reminders on my announcements because I know that we all get lots and lots of emails. Um, I will still send you emails, don't get me wrong, but I also try to update the announcements, especially with important things that you need to know. Also remember that we have a little calendar here on D12. I apologize, that was my cell phone. So every time that you log in, you can also check out the calendar and see what is coming up so you don't want to miss any deadline. So this is also another way or reminder for you to stay at top of everything in this class. I post pretty much everything under the content tab. So syllabus, lecture notes, I don't know, practice question for our exams, textbook, is pretty much here. I will talk about discussions that are here under the collaboration tab and then discussion right here. I will also show you the different drop boxes that we have here, which are under the course activities tab, and then you click on assignments. The very first thing, as I asked earlier, is for you to read the syllabus. If you have any question, please feel free to send me an email. I'll be happy to help you. If you don't have any question, then I want you to, as I also mentioned it here, to go to the content tab. Again, I will show you um, where you can find it. There is a form that it's called the student memorandum form. So I want you to complete that form. You just basically write your name, student ID, and then you sign it. As soon as you are done with that, and you can find it here. So if you go to the content tab, go to the welcome module, you can see my little kind of announcement here, sorry, welcome note here, and then you can read the syllabus here. You can just download it, click and download and read. And then if you are done and don't have any question, you can go to this module here, student memorandum, and then you are going to either fill it out online or you can print it out, write your name and sign it, and scan it or take a picture. And then you are going to course activities. That's where the drop boxes are for our class. And then you click, you go to assignment. I want you guys to give me this signed student memorandum form by September 1st, which will be a week after the start of our class. So you can come here, click on the student memorandum and upload your form, and then you'll be done. So this is the very first thing that I want you guys to do. And as I showed you here, as you probably saw here, there are also weekly modules. I will talk about a term project. There are also weekly modules. So if you go to week 1, you get an idea of what we're doing in week 1. So we're studying chapter 1. There is a lecture note here. This is a summary of our textbook. I always tell my students that my notes are summary version of the textbook. So definitely I encourage you to read the book because you learn more. Don't just rely on the lecture notes. And then there are also some videos that I posted here. Some of them are made by me, like this one, and some of them are from YouTube where I found them helpful. So I share them with you. In my weekly emails, I also share kind of longer videos for you with you where I talk over my lecture notes. So if this is chapter one, I talk over the notes. They are longer. If you are patient, watch them. Some students don't like them, some students do. So it's completely up to you how you want to use those videos. So if you also go to the videos that I made, like this one, it will lead you to my YouTube channel. So you can also find those videos that I'm talking about, and along with other videos that I have also on my YouTube channel. So you can also do that. So you can find all the course materials basically here for each week and each chapter that we cover throughout the semester. Okay. I mentioned ebook, so or textbook. So let's show you where you can also find the textbook. Um, so if you go to this McGraw-Hill folder here, and McGraw-Hill is the name of the publisher of our textbook, and click on it, you will have access to electronic textbook, assignments, exams, everything will be here. And of course, we have a kind of new feature here at Lone Star. As you guys probably know, you already paid for the textbook through your tuition. So if you click on any of these assignments, these will take you to Connect and it will ask you to set up your account. Okay. I already have an account, so mine is a little bit different. So when I click on launch assignment, it will show me all the questions and I can start working on homework. But for you, since it's your first time, it will ask you to use a username to find or choose, I should say, a username and password. For username, please use your Lone Star email, and it will ask you probably to get, still I'm not sure, we are also learning. It will ask you for an access code, and you can find it here when you go to the course materials. Again, mine is different than yours because I already have the book. I'm not going to take any number here, but for you, it will ask you here to get an access code. Then you can sign up for your class. And of course, these are other classes that I teach, but here we go. This is yours. So you can get the code and then set up your account. Okay. I'm still learning how to do that, but I probably will share another video for you or another note. I'm still waiting to get some guidelines and more information from our publisher. Then I will share that with you. But I've been told that that's how it works. And it should be an easy kind of thing for you. Um, Let me go back to McGraw-Hill. So we use something that is called Connect Plus, which is our publisher software. And you probably have it in your other classes, especially business accounting. But if you had, let's say, chemistry or math, I know that my colleagues in those departments, they use Lab, which is a Pearson kind of software. So it's kind of the same thing. It's really, really easy to use Connect. So basically, when you are signing up for this class to get the ebook and all these homework and other things that I mentioned, you are basically setting up your Connect account. So there are two different types of homework that I assign. The ones that are graded, they're called homework. I open all the homework that we need for our midterm exam. So homework 1 through 4, they're open from day one, and they're all due on October 6th, as you can see here, because October 6th is the last day that you can take the midterm exam. I will talk about exams in a few minutes. And then the other assignments, other graded assignments that are basically that cover basically chapters that we cover after our midterm exam will be open to you on October 6th, and they're all due on December 8th. This is the last day that you're taking the final. Okay. So I kind of divided our homework in two groups, before midterm and after midterm exam. Okay. Even if you want to start working on homework, it's okay with me. Just make sure you finish them before the deadline, because you all can always save and come back. Okay. Since we're here, let me also talk about the other type of assignment that we have, which is something like this, or the chapter 2. These are called smart books. They are readings from each chapter. They are very interactive. Some of them are long because you are reading and then you are answering some questions. You can, let me click on this one. You can highlight, you can read aloud, you can take notes. Um, they are very helpful, but they are optional, okay? Um, but I highly recommend them, but they don't have any grade, okay? This is just an example. You can read aloud, you can take notes if you want. I really like them and I think they're helpful. Again, remember that my lecture notes are summary version of the textbook, but you are learning more by reading the textbook, the actual textbook. And this is a good kind of way of reading the book, okay? But again, these assignments, they are all due sometime in December. They do not have any grade. They are optional. We have one midterm exam and one final. You have few days to take each test. As you can see here, for midterm, you have the midterm will be open from October 2nd to October 6th. And this is for final, December 4th to December 8th. Our exams are proctored. They are timed. There will be a lockdown browser. You need a webcam for them. If you have a webcam in your laptop, you're good to go. If you have an external webcam, you are good to go. If you do not have either of them, I would recommend you to reach out to our OTS and see if they have any laptop available for you to borrow. And remember, this is an online class, so make sure you have a good internet connection before you start any test. If you are not sure about your internet connection, you can always come to campus and take your exams in one of our open labs. They are quiet. They have laptops, they have webcam. Easy to sit there and take your test. I'm not forcing anybody, obviously, to come to campus, but if you have issues with your internet at home or with your laptop, you can always come to campus and take your exams there. Um, what else? Don't worry, nobody's watching you while you're taking the test. I know when we say proctored, some students get nervous. Nobody's watching you. The test will be recorded. Yes, I can watch it afterwards. Um, Try to have not many noises in the room. Your face should be visible. And otherwise, I will get some sort of red flag messages, okay, to pay more attention to your video. um, what else? Another kind of recommendation that I have about tests is do not take the tests kind of like last minute. I understand that you guys are busy, you work, you're taking other classes, you want to study for the test, but taking the, let's say, midterm exam on October 6th at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night is not a good idea. If there is any technical issue, I definitely ask you guys to contact Connect. Sometimes it's even faster if you just contact them directly, because if I don't have the answer to your question, I will either refer you to Connect or I will just contact Connect myself. So it would be faster, easier if you contact Connect directly. You can chat with them, you can call them. They're very, very helpful, efficient, but they might not be available at, I don't know, 11:30 or 11 o'clock in the evening when you're taking the test. So nobody's there to help you. I'm probably sleeping. I'm not awake while you're taking the test at 11. I have two kids. I'm exhausted by that time. Um, so that would be my big kind of recommendation, you know. Um, there won't be any makeup for the final. If you miss the final, unfortunately, I cannot do anything. You will get 0 for the final. For midterm exam, if you have college approved excuses and I approve it, then you can schedule makeup. And this is how the makeup works. Again, you can read the syllabus for more information. But I will ask you to reach out to testing center on campus, schedule an appointment because they are short staffed, and then you are going to email me the date and time that you are going to take the test. The makeup will be in person and written. It is not online. You have to come to campus. Okay, that's the only way you can take the makeup. Hopefully, everybody can take both exams on time, so there won't be any need for scheduling any makeup. Okay. There are also practice questions for the week that you're getting ready for the midterm. Make sure you go over them. They are long, but they have answers. For instance, here for final, I put practice questions and some sort of reviews for you. So make sure you go over them. Both midterm and final are multiple choice and true false. Okay. While we are here, let me also talk about term projects, and then we will talk about discussions. We have a country project where I will assign a specific country to you. So look out for my email next week. I don't want to give too much information to you the first week of our class, but second week or towards the end of the first, I will contact you guys and I will assign a country to you. And this is how it works. You can, of course, look at the sample, but I will ask you to find some of the macroeconomic variables that we basically talk about throughout our class, like unemployment rate, GDP, growth rate, population, things like that. I will ask you to find those basically variables for me for your assigned country. And then you are going to compare those data with United States. So you are doing some sort of research, you're presenting your results in a PowerPoint kind of way presentation. And I want everybody to use CIA Factbook, which I said put the link basically here. And there are also some questions that I want you to answer. And by the way, the deadline is November 18th. It's the week before Thanksgiving at 11:30 p.m. I will show you again where you can submit your PowerPoints. You are not emailing me anything. So for instance, here I'm asking you to find population growth, and then I'm asking you, okay, now compare it with United States and basically tell me which country is younger, which country is older. So I want you to also respond to these questions. If you don't, if you miss them, and I put another one here for you. If you don't, you are going to lose points. Do not convert your PowerPoints to PDF, okay? And lastly, in your last slide, I like to see something fun about your country. Did you find any, let's say, celebrity or I don't know, a famous politician from your country, any historic event that basically that country is famous for? I would like you to also share that. So have fun with it. I think this is a simple kind of project. Don't miss the deadline, obviously. Read my email. I will ask you to send me confirmation email. If I don't get that confirmation email from you and you give me your paper at the end, your project at the end, you're going to lose points. So when you see my email, please respond to me. I want to make sure that you are aware of your country. So basically, you are doing research on two countries, United States and your assigned countries, right? So you are comparing these two countries together. I think it's fun. It's not really that easy. Sorry, it's not that difficult. And I hope that you have fun, okay? When you are done, you go to course activities. Remember, this was also the path that you take to submit your student memorandum. You click on assignment. There's a Dropbox here again for your projects right here. You cannot see these other ones that I have here. This would be the term project. So you go there and upload it. If you miss the deadline, sorry, I will not accept late submission. So please follow. I'm big on deadlines, okay? So I'm telling you from day one. So follow the deadlines. Otherwise, getting a good grade in my class, honestly, is easy. Let me also show you last kind of thing I have here, and then I promise you we'll be done. Last thing we have in our class is a discussion board. You can find it under collaboration tab. You can click on discussion. I believe for your class, we have total of 5. Okay, I was right. So basically, this is how the discussion board works. I ask you a question in discussion board, and I'm asking you to provide answers for me. You your answer should be at least 200 words for the discussion without citation. We all use textbook, internet, news, our library, which something I just remember I didn't post. I will also, under the term project, I will also post a link for our economics LibGuide we have in the library. So you can also use that as your kind of way to search for discussion questions. Um, so I want to see citation and your references for your answers to discussion questions. Yeah, because again, we all use internet, so we just don't want to copy paste, obviously. But if you put your answers without referencing to someone, it's like you are stealing someone else's work, and that is not ethical. So have your citation, your answer without citation to questions on the discussion board should be at least 200 words. You get 50 points for just responding and sending your answer for like this question here. I'm asking you to watch a video and then I'm asking a specific question. And another 50 point is coming from your feedbacks for your friends in class, and your feedback for your friends should not be less than 100 words. And please avoid saying, oh, I love your post. Oh, I totally agree with you. Why you love your friend's post. Try to criticize actually your friends, because this is a space, of course, in a very, very respectful way. This is a space that you guys can interact with each other. You can learn, you can compare your answers with your friends. That's another way of giving feedback. I opened the discussions from day one, but remember they have different deadlines. So even if you want to go ahead and start working on all these questions, it's totally fine with me. But please make sure you go back before the deadline and provide feedback to your friends. Okay. They're all open. All the discussions are open. So you can go ahead, post your answers, be done with it if you want to. I have some students that they do that from day one or week one. They finish the discussions, but make sure you go back. Otherwise, you're going to lose 50 points. And when the discussion board is closed, I'm not going to open it up. Again, I'm very strict on deadlines. So I think another kind of easy grade that you can get if you don't miss the deadline and follow the guidelines that I just explained is from discussion. Okay. So again, we don't have discussions every week, as you can see here. It's not every day. Sorry, it's not every week. And I try again to remind you in my weekly emails. Lastly, if you the best way to contact me, this is an online, of course, environment, is email. When you email me, please make sure you put your course information. This is macro 5023. If I do not see the course information, I will not respond to your email because I teach 6 classes. I don't have the time, honestly, to go to each class and check my roster. If I don't see that course information, I will not respond. And this is a policy that I have on my syllabus. So please put your class information. Try to use your Lone Star email when you contact me, because sometimes if you use, let's say, your Gmail, it will go to my spam. I won't see it. Okay. So that's the safest way. If you want to, of course, meet with me, we can set up a virtual kind of meeting. That's completely fine with me. Just again, let me know in advance so we can come up with a date that work for both of us. Okay. Again, welcome. But oh, actually, I said last thing was email. One thing that I forgot actually to mention at the beginning of my video was, and I apologize for that, is that for those of you who took microeconomics here with us at Lone Star College Sci-Fair, you will find the first 5 chapters exactly the same as your micro class. Don't be shocked. And the reason for that is those chapters are foundation of economics. So it doesn't matter if you're taking micro or macro, you need to know about demand supply. You need to know about opportunity cost. So these are the topics that are common between micro and macro. So please just be patient and don't be shocked when you see those chapters. We will start focusing on macroeconomic topics when we start our chapter 6 through the end of the basically our class. But those chapters are exactly the same. And remember, in macro, we are more focused on country's economy. The focus of our class will be on US economy, but since this is an IS International Studies designated course, we will also have some international also discussions like your term project. This is a completely internationalized assignment. You're doing country project. But the focus of the, at least in terms of the course materials that we cover, we are focused on US economy. So we will talk about inflation, unemployment rate, GDP. We will talk about fiscal policy, monetary policy, structure of the Federal Reserve, money, things like that. In micro, however, we are more focused on businesses, firms, and individuals and specific markets. So that's a big thing between the big difference between micro and macro. I just wanted to mention that. All right, that was the last thing, okay? I'm very excited to have you here. The best way is to communicate with me to stay at top of your class. Um, I wish everybody a fabulous fall semester. And let me know if you have any questions. Bye.